welcome back to my Love Island recaps. Today we are going to focus on episode 8, which is talking a lot about Keira and Cashel. It's a very Keira and Cashel heavy episode, but there will be other discussions as well. So there was a lot of Keira and Cashel featured in the beginning of the episode, with Keira about to go on her date with the new boy Winston, and both Keira and Cashel were talking to their respective genders about how they felt about the other and discussing the issues they have in their relationship, which I felt like needed to be discussed more with each other. To be fair, they kind of discussed a little bit the last episode, but there were other things they weren't really voicing exactly to each other that they were voicing to the girls and the boys respectively. And I didn't have too many notes on Winston and Keira's date. When that happened, I mostly just talked about how Winston was hating on dating apps and talking about how he wants to meet people organically, which I always think is funny and happens in Love Island UK as well, where they say they don't want to go on dating apps because they want to meet people organically, and yet they're on a reality TV show to find love, so don't really see what's too organic about that. I didn't see a lot of chemistry between Winston and Keira, and even Keira herself said she just wanted to go back to Cashel when she was on that date. When she came back, Keira also seemed happy that Cashel was upset about the date and that he wasn't just chilling about it. She seemed to kind of enjoy that he was stressed about it. And I think the biggest issue Cashel and Keira have is that Keira, as she has said herself, is a commitment phobe, and she does not know how to open up, or maybe doesn't want to open up. And I don't think it's anything wrong with Cashel or her relationship with him. I just think that she is very unsure about someone a lot of times, and she has a lot of standards, and maybe just gets a feeling that Cashel isn't up to her standards, and I don't think that's a bad thing. It's good to know what you want, and maybe Cashel just isn't exactly what she wants. So before the Winston meal dates, I had a note that I did appreciate the narrator pointing out that it rains a lot in these episodes in Fiji, and it made me wonder why they chose to film in Fiji, because obviously it's in the southern hemisphere, whereas the US is in the northern hemisphere. So while we are having summer right now, the southern hemisphere is not in a summer season, so of course it's most likely going to be less of a sunny weather season and pattern. So I was wondering why they chose Fiji, why they didn't just choose something that was closer to the United States or something in the northern hemisphere where it's going to be sunnier. And apparently on Reddit, which will be somewhere here, someone said that they filmed Survivor in Fiji and that CBS gets a tax break for filming in Fiji because they already have that partnership with Survivor, and that's why they're filming in Fiji, in case you're wondering. I have very few notes on Winston's meal dates. He took Katrina, Alexandra, and Carroll. I didn't write any notes on Katrina. I wasn't even sure if he took Katrina on the date because I felt like it went by so fast. I didn't even get any notes on it. Alexandra, I felt like he got along well with her and they had a good banter, as they say in the UK. They were laughing with each other and all that. I don't know if it will be enough for her to consider leaving Dylan, because I know she really likes Dylan a lot, but they did get along really well. And then Carol was a little bit flirty with him, but she's like that with all the guys, so it's really hard to tell what that even means with her. Then we saw a little bit of drama with Carol and Cormac. So Carol, rightfully so, is noticing that Cormac maybe just sees her as a bit of fun and good for the time being, but is going to explore other options as they come. We saw, and I noted last episode, that he was totally open to getting to know the new girls, but they just weren't into him. So Carol is spot on with that evaluation, and she is not wrong at all. And then Cormac, talking to the guys, says, oh, she wants to get into things and get deep, and I need to have sex before I get deep with a girl, which, you know, maybe that's a thing guys do, but also just sounds like he is that type of guy, and he's not going to be really invested in a relationship no matter who it is, and he's just looking to have some fun on Love Island and not really looking for love, which I don't think anyone is surprised about. He just wants to be with pretty girls and make out and flirt and stuff, and you know, as much as Carroll is very flirty and physical, she seems to want something a little bit deeper than what Cormac is offering, so I don't really see them lasting too long. Of course, they have a spark, we see their chemistry, but if Carroll is looking for something more serious, Cormac is not that guy. And then for the rest of the episode, we pretty much have the Heart Rate Monitor Challenge, which is a Love Island staple. They do it, I think, every season of the UK show, at least the ones that I've seen, and it's always a fun one. So I just decided, even though we saw little bits and pieces, I just decided to rate the guys on a basic school rating of A to F of how I thought their dances were and what I just thought in the moment. So Dylan, he was first. He was terrible. It reminded me of Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers for some reason. I gave him an F- to start. Zach was okay. He had some decent Magic Mike moves, so I gave him a C+. I have very high standards for these things, just based on what I've seen on previous Love Island. So Cormac was kind of stiff, gave him a D-. Winston was also pretty stiff, gave him a D- as well. Cashel was okay, but he was mostly just goofy playing around, so I gave him a C-. Weston, he was okay, but he was better than most, so I gave him a C+. And then Gaiman, I feel like we didn't see enough of him, but I just felt like from the little bit I saw that he was the best, so I gave him a B-, which is only slightly above the other two guys I gave a C+, so no A ratings here. Not that great dancing from the guys. Next up were the girls. Starting up was Kristen. She was pretty good and definitely was focusing on Yemen. I gave her a B for her moves. Katrina made me cringe with that pirate reference, but her moves were still decent, so I gave her a B as well. Alexandra with that hot dog costume was definitely more goofy than sexy, but I think that's what she was going for because Dylan was goofy as well. I gave her a D-, but for silliness, it was great. Carroll was definitely more scary than sexy. I wrote this even before the Heart Rate Monitor ratings and all that. I already wrote that, so I already noted that was scary, C-. Elizabeth, she was definitely uncomfortable herself, but she was rocking it and she was going with it. I kind of felt that she was uncomfortable, so that made it a little less sexy, but she definitely was going for what she thought was sexy, so I gave her a B-. Keira, like Yemen, I don't think we saw enough of it, but from the little I saw, thought she was the best, and I gave her an A-. She is a singer and dancer though, so a little bit of an unfair advantage with that. Then we got the results of who actually raised the heart rates the most. The boys' results were first. 3 of the boys had their hearts raised the most by Carroll because she was scary, and that's pretty much the only reason why. We didn't have too many surprises there. Weston and Kristen, I mean, you know, that's fine. Cormac and Alexandra, that kind of surprised me the most because she was not sexy and it was a weird hot dog outfit. But who knows, maybe he's a little bit attracted to her, and I think he's a little bit attracted to every girl anyway. And then we had the girls' results. Carroll was most attracted to Winston, or not attracted, but heart raised the most. Didn't really get that because I didn't think he was that good. Alexandra and Dylan, that was kind of cute because he was also not good, so it was cute that she had her heart raised the most by him. Zach and Elizabeth, that was also cute, but he was better, so that makes sense. Keira and Cormac, I don't know what's up with that. Kristen and Cashel, don't know what's up with that either. Katrina and Yemen, I thought that one was the most interesting but not surprising because, as I said in yesterday's episode, she previously said she was attracted to him first, or the most, at least in the beginning, she was attracted to him the most. So I don't think that attraction just goes away, and of course he's obviously very attractive, so that's not surprising at all. The heart rate monitor is pretty much the end of the episode, and we are left with the narrator telling us that we are going to vote for our favorite couple. So of course I did, but I didn't vote for my favorite most compatible couple. I voted for Carroll and Cormac because I think Carroll is hilarious. I don't actually like Cormac, and if they were separated I wouldn't have voted for him because I don't think he adds that much to the show, and he's just going to be like finding the most attractive girls whenever they find him attractive. I just think Carroll is very good entertainment for Love Island. And I know it's about love, but it also has to be entertaining. And as much as Dylan and Alexandra are cute and Zach and Elizabeth are starting to be cute to me, they're kind of boring. So, and not only that, but everyone else is voting for them already, so I'm not thinking that they're in danger. I think Carroll and Cormac, Weston and Katrina and Yeaman and Kristen are the most at risk. Maybe Keira and Cashel, but I think they have enough people that would vote for them. I think more of the new girls with those guys are at risk, and then Carroll can be very polarizing, so I think that's why she might potentially be at risk as well. Some people hate her, but I personally love her, so I voted to save her. Well, thank you for watching. I don't mind if you disagree with who I voted for, because I'm sure a lot of you voted for Dylan and Alexandra or Zach and Elizabeth. And like I said, Carroll is very polarizing and you might hate her. But at the end of the day, it is an entertainment show, so it has to be somewhat entertaining. I hope you enjoyed watching my recap. Comment anything down below. Like the video, subscribe, share, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And I will see you next time.